Good time of day, guys! My name is Godzi, and welcome back to another episode of Higurashi When They Cry console arcs. Last episode, we'll just quick start right now because it has to load in or something. Last episode, we completed the PC version of Hirukowashi, which was fucking ridiculous. That episode has yet to go up because it is noon, and I completely forgot that I post videos daily now, or am supposed to, so I'm not gonna see any comments giving me the rundown of whether or not it's worth it to play the console version of Hirukowashi, but, I mean, the game says it's basically a different arc, and I said I was gonna read every arc. So, yeah. Alternate console version. I'm hoping it's very different. We have to watch this. Oh, no, this is different. This is different. Same song, but different animation. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm... Nothing to do with me. I'm hoping that this arc is particularly different and isn't just Rena falls in love with random people again, but I guess we'll see. That's a different item, so I'd assume it's not even about love this time, maybe? Oh god. Okanogi looks so fucking cursed in that. Alright, whatever. I thought he was wearing that for a moment. I was just like, go off here, yeah. Fucking nerd. Is it just me, or does the animation of this opening compared to the other one is noticeably more stiff? Like, exceedingly more stiff. Who the fuck is this character? By the way, she keeps on showing up and shit, and I know jack fucking shit about her. She has to show up in one of these arcs eventually, right? Maybe this one? Alright. Also, I definitely want to, delay my exposure to whatever the fuck ends up happening in Batsukoishi, because I am terrified of the name of it. But, whatever, we'll get there eventually. It's starting the exact same way. Alright, whatever, let's read. You're in a good mood. You found a new pile of trash at the dam site, didn't you? This time they have mouth flaps, I guess because it's not the PC version.
Yep, that's right. I wonder what's buried in the new pile. I predict I'll find a cute little treasure. After I get home, I'm going straight there for treasure hunting. Keiichi-kun, wanna come too? Wanna come?
Who, me? I still haven't finished all the comics Mion lent me. I'm gonna make an executive decision to not skip any text, even if it's literally the same as it was, in the PC arc. But if it says it's notably different, then there's gonna be differences eventually, right?
A girl invites you out, but you'd rather read comics. This is what I get for helping a friend in need during club today, huh?
No, I'm sorry, I lied. I'm all for treasure hunting. Please, allow this one to accompany you on your journey, Rena-san. Club activities today could be summed up as okay, I am gonna read it fast though. Every man for himself. Anyone showing weakness was crushed and dropped into last place. I would gladly romp people at an advantage and be romped when the roles were reversed. But today, luck just wasn't in my favor and the deciding match completely backfired on me. That was when Rena had given me a little help.
But you ended up in last anyway. The punishment game is this Sunday and I can't wait.
You helped me so much, now look at me. I'm worthless. In the end, I couldn't put Rena's help to good use, and that locked me in last place. but it was definitely thanks to her that I could even try going for that big deciding match to turn things around. If she hadn't helped me out, I would have lost even worse, without even having that opportunity. Rena didn't have any responsibility to try and rescue me. Normally, you'd decide that if you couldn't hope for first, you could at least avoid last. If she'd left me alone, it would have assured my last place finish. She wouldn't gain anything from saving me aside from risk to herself, would she? And yet she'd helped me anyway. That fragment of kindness in the world of our cold, heartless club was sublime, as though the Buddha's nimbus had reached me in hell. You know, the parallels of this with, the ending of Hirukowashi, I'm gonna be honest, the more I thought about Hirukowashi, at least the PC version, the more I'm just like, yeah, it was goofy, but there was still a point to it. There was still heart to it, even though it was exceedingly weird, especially with how they handled Tomitake and Takano. So if they end up doing the same thing with this arc, with the whole Magatama shit, which I doubt, because they had a different, what looked like an artifact in the opening sequence there, then I hope they just don't be weird about it, but we'll see. The one rule of our club was to fight without pity or mercy. But even amidst that, Rena was the one who always held on to her kindness. She wants everyone to have a good time playing games.
You think too highly of me. Rena just hates one-sided games. I mean, anyone would get sulky if they knew they couldn't make a comeback no matter how hard they fought.
Well, I guess. After all, once I was locked in for the punishment game, they started taking my clothing measurements without waiting for the end. Oh, crap, what the heck did they need them for?
I think you can always make a comeback, no matter how bad it gets. Or more like, that's how the world should be. That's why Rena can't help but give a chance to people who are up a creek without a paddle.
Rena, you're such a nice person. When you were weak, I knocked you out without mercy. So, hearing this pricks my conscience.
Rena does it because she wants to. I'm not telling you to do it too. But, well, when Rena is in a pinch, she'd be really happy if you repaid the favor. She would be.
Right. I owe you one for today. Well, aside from that, I'll go treasure hunting with you once in a while. Let's meet up at the dam site?
Okay, let's meet at the treasure mountain.
After answering with a wide smile, Rena ran off, waving her arm. Okay, I'd assume it's different from here, because there was not a chapter split this early. Was there? There might have been. I don't know, whatever. Depends on where we end up. I think this is different already. It definitely is. Shion was not in that arc. Hi, Shion. Welcome to your technical debut in console arcs, even though you were technically in Psycho Roshi. By all technicalities, you were technically in Psycho Roshi, even though you were not named Shion. Hold on, Satoko. If you don't go shopping soon, you'll miss the special sales. Why are they changing the character for this?
Each customer can get 1 pack of eggs for 10 yen. And a 6-pack of toilet paper is on sale for 8 yen today. And it comes with a sample bath cleaner. And they say we get twice the stamps if we go before sundown. Oh, come on, I came all the way down here because you said you needed help.
Okay, is it gonna be Rika and Hanyu in the storehouse again? No? Oh, okay.
What on earth is going on, Rika? If we don't go shopping soon, we'll keep Shion waiting, you know. This is really bad. Satoko, please take a look at this. Oh, did something happen? This incense burner is missing a foot.
Oh, same thing. Same deal. Is it gonna be the Magatamas again? Are we gonna get more power scaling implications? I mean, if it's just that again with Rena, but it's different characters and different scenarios, then we get different power scaling implications. We get more information onto the strength of Magatama Rena. I guess this is a good segue then to mention that I got a question on Curious Cat this morning, or I guess last night, because I was sleeping, asking me, who wins in a fight, Magatama Rena or every Gauntlet Knight from Kikonia? And I think Magatama Rena wins, if I'm honest. So, any information to support my claim would be lovely. I would love it if she could parry a missile in this, you know? That'd be awesome. But anyways, maybe it deteriorated over time from continued use, and that's why it broke off.
It seems rather worn out. Well, if that's the extent of the damage, we have lots of tools to easily fix it, so don't worry.
Do we have any more of that wood glue? Last time we bought some was when we needed to fix that chest of drawers. Who's doing the narration here? Satoko?
Me, not that. This incense burner was offered by my ancestors 200 years ago to seal something away.
So this is post her conversation with Hanyu, I guess?
And if it's broken, that means the seal is undone. Somehow it seems like a huge exaggeration to make a big deal out of a mere broken incense burner, but what is it? Is something terribly bad going to happen? According to the ancient texts, it's dangerous. If used in the wrong way, it could cause a huge disaster. Your ancestors went to the bother of sealing it, so it must be bad, is that what you're saying? Well, how bad of a disaster might this be? That's also written in the ancient texts. It's all in kanji that are a bit hard to read. Can you read it, Satoko? What do we have here? The calamity of the Magatama of Fubarazu?
So it is still the Magatamas, okay.
One summer, which had come earlier than most years, the Magatama of Fubarazu, two most valuable jewels. The Magatama of Fubarazu, two most valuable jewels, never to be removed from the premises, spilled into the world of man and brought forth the most terrible disaster. That's what's written in the ancient texts. And the way this is written, a lot of people were hurt back then. The Magatama of Fubarazu are valuable jewels of hell, left behind by the savage gods. Should they appear in the human village, the hell demons shall appear, possess its people, and create a hellish portrait of pandemonium. Which means there could be a terrible incident. I don't really get it, but that sounds pretty bad. Speaking of hellish pandemonium, when Shion-san came here earlier with a lunchbox full of pumpkin, she was like the devil himself, come straight out of hell. And what's worse, leaving just a little bit behind meant facing the special Sonozaki tickle torture machine. Even just remembering it now, yeesh. It was pretty amazing to watch though, Nipa. Anyway, it has a wonderful power if used properly. But, well, if you use it wrong, things get this bad. It's very dangerous, so my ancestors apparently sealed it away beyond the distant sky to place it far away from the human world. And now that the seal is broken, what happens? Meep. That which is sealed above the sky will be unsealed. So, it'll fall down somewhere in the village then? But didn't you say it has a wonderful power if used properly? It might be something I'd want to play with a little first.
They literally just gave that line from Rika to Satoko.
Anyway, find it quickly. If someone else finds it and figures out how to use it for evil, things could get really bad.
Now they're giving Hanyu's lines to Rika. What the? This is just swapping what characters are saying what.
At times like these, the person who finds it and picks it up is always the one you least want it to be. There's no way we can let some weirdo get their fingers on this Furude Shrine treasure.
Okay, yep, chapter split again. So it's keeping the same breakneck pacing, it's just changing what characters say what. I mean, this is technically... Well, no, this is the second time I've experienced Higurashi not written by Ryukishi, right? I'd assume, since this was made for the console releases, it's not written by Ryukishi, right? Or it's edited, rather. Similar to that Miyakashi bad end. Bad end? Alternate end? Whatever.
Treasure hunting! There's two fun things about it. One is obviously finding cute treasures, but do you know the other?
Getting all sweaty, not finding anything, realizing how precious our lives and time are, snapping out of it and going home. They say you don't get tired when you're having fun, but where in that slender body was Rena storing all this horsepower? Rummaging through an oversized garbage heap was exhausting in and of itself. It didn't take long for me to pull out a picnic basket, spread it on a decommissioned vehicle's roof, and sprawl out on it.
No, that isn't it. It's the time you spend looking and wondering what kind of cute things you'll happen to find. That's what makes it so much fun, even if you don't find anything.
Well, it wasn't boring for me either. Thanks to all the work, this bottle of barley tea you brought tastes great. This is definitely better than the stuff in my house. How should I put it? It's like they smell different or something.
That's the normal kind. You just put a pack in a teapot and boil it to get the flavor.
Oh, boiling it must be the secret. Yeah, we just dump cold water in and put it in the fridge. I guess you don't get the flavor if you don't heat it up first.
It's also because you crunch all the ice.
Shut up, it's good.
Oh, that's right, I forgot.
Rena pounded her fist, then put her treasure hunting aside for the moment and came over to me. Yeah, that's a bit I don't bring up enough, even though it's one of my favorites. Then she brought over a bag and took something out before unwrapping it. Why, how considerate. They're cookies. Their lack of uniformity meant they had to be homemade. My brain just fucking stuttered for a moment. It happens. Did you make these yourself? Oh, I'd be glad to have some. Yup, these are great.
They're leftovers from yesterday. Dad ate most of them, so there weren't many left. Rena didn't even get to have that many.
I see. So I shouldn't eat them all myself. I'll just eat half. You have some too. These are cookies after my own heart. Munch, munch. This flavor, this texture, oh, they're extraordinary. Reminds me of something.
Rena doesn't need any, so you can eat them all, Keiichi-kun. You look so happy with them, so both Rena and the cookies she made are really happy too.
Really? Guess I don't need to hold myself back. I could kill a man just to have one of these cookies. Munch, munch, munch.
That's a terrible thing to say, but I'm happy, I am. Granted, your bar is low. Didn't you do that for ice cubes once?
Only once? I would never again. I think. This fun moment sitting together. Going with Rena on a treasure hunt was the right choice. If I only ended up shutting myself up in my room with Mion's comics, it would have been rude to the day itself. Scarlet began to creep into the sky. Flocks of birds started flying past. Maybe they were going back to their nests. Rena had already put away the cookie wrappers. It looked like it was time to go. So, what'd you dig up today?
Hopes for tomorrow, I guess. This pile goes a lot deeper. I'm sure something will turn up. Rena can tell by the smell.
If you say something will turn up, I'm sure it will. Don't lose heart. Will it be gold, or a hot spring, or an ice machine? I can't wait!
If I go treasure hunting tomorrow too, will you come with me?
Me? I'll consider it if I can eat more of your homemade cookies.
I didn't bake any more cookies, so I won't have them tomorrow. If I don't make cookies, you won't come?
Huh? Don't look at me with those eyes. Okay, I get it. I'll help you, so don't give me that look. You'll break my glass conscience.
I got Keiichi-kun to help me tomorrow. When Keiichi-kun is with me, it's It's fun even if I don't find anything.
Rena usually went treasure hunting alone, but she probably also had fun doing it with friends once in a while. She gave me a fresh, invigorating smile, the kind she didn't usually show anyone during club games. After that, we decided to clean up, pack up, and leave. Alright, so when does it get notably different? Okay, it's still Tomatake here. In the moment we went up the embankment, there was a sudden, dazzling flash. Ah, my eyes! Caught those blissful smiles on candid camera.
Tomatake-san, and Takano-san too. Hello.
Hello there. Jiro-san has no tact, does he? Wrecking your date like that. It wasn't a date or anything. Not a date, not a date. Right, Rena? A boy and a girl coming to an empty place like this to talk about the future? Well, well, that's fine. That's the kind of discussion that'll strengthen the bond between you. Right, Takano-san? Back when we first met, Jiro-san would always have the funniest, most awkward ways of asking me out. I remember one masterful excuse in particular. What was it? Whoa, 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 hold on there. That was my mistake, and, well... Takano-san ran off, giggling, and Tomatake-san chased after her. From afar, they looked like they had to be a great couple.
They seem mismatched at first, but they like each other a lot.
Yeah, they have completely opposite personalities. Maybe they went together like the bumps and dents in puzzle pieces.
Just like a bump in a dent. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
No. I wasn't trying to say anything weird. Stop blushing, you're only making this more awkward.
I wonder. Bumps and dents. Bump, dent, bump, dent.
Oh no, Rena's completely broken. The only way to solve this is her usual method, punching me out cold. Alright, Rena, I'm prepared. Give me your usual lightning fast punch and KO me in an instant. But then something flew towards Rena and clunked her in the head. What was that? Rena suddenly choked up and fell to her knees, coughing over and over in a way that clearly wasn't normal, so same deal here. Hey, what's wrong? Are you okay, Rena? I rubbed Rena's back as she coughed. What the heck just happened? What's the matter? Are you alright, Rena-chan? Hang on. Can you breathe? Did you two throw something and hit Rena just now? Huh? What are you talking about? I definitely saw it. Something came flying and hit Rena in the head. Did the box hit her? No, because the box ends up at the, It ends up at the, trash heaps of, yeah, no. I was sure it was something Tomatake-san or Takano-san had thrown, but they wouldn't do something so mean, would they? Then what was it? Are you telling me that whatever it was fell from the heavens or something? Are you alright, Rena? Do you need a handkerchief?
Thanks.
Did you swallow something the wrong way? Have you calmed down?
I was looking at the sky and fooling around when something suddenly flew into my mouth and I swallowed it.
Swallowed it? What did you swallow? Does your stomach hurt or anything?
It doesn't, but I feel a little strange.
I wonder why. Did a bug fly into your mouth? If it's bothering you, you should try vomiting. They should have a sink at the office site you can use. Drink a lot of water, then put your finger in the back of your throat and throw it all up. That's a good idea. Rena, I'll help you stand, so let's go.
Huh? I feel better.
What?
Yeah. It felt like something was rolling around in my stomach, but it went away. I don't feel it anymore.
Are you sure it was nothing? I hope you're alright. If it's really bothering you, we can take an x-ray of your stomach to see if there's a need to remove it. Are you sure it was nothing?
Yes. Yep, I'm totally fine now. Even I don't get it. I'm fit as a fiddle.
Really? Should we go to the clinic and have Coach look at you just in case?
No, I'm good. I'll do that if I feel sick tomorrow. But I'm all better for today. Thanks for worrying about me, everyone.
The person concerned said it was nothing, so there was no point in prying any further. We said farewell to Tomatake-san and Takano-san, and then I walked Rena back to her house. At first, I was worried about Rena suddenly growing worse, but as I listened to her go on and on about how fun today's treasure hunt was, my worries drifted away, and we got to talking about going hunting again tomorrow. Alright, I'm gonna assume that really the only difference is that it's gonna end up, the White Magatama's gonna end up with different characters. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this being a console release, they were just like, yeah, it's probably weird to ever fall in love with adults, so I don't know, we'll just have it end up with the club members instead, and maybe that's why Shion's in this arc, I guess, I don't know. Plausible deniability that she wouldn't know what the fuck's going on.
Bye, Keiichi-kun. Thanks for taking me home. If club tomorrow ends early, let's go treasure hunting together again.
Yeah, and thanks for the cookies and barley tea today.
It won't be homemade, but I'll bring some kind of snack tomorrow. Please look forward to it.
Awesome! I can't wait. Rena's mood seemed so good that she was fit to burst. As I watched her, I completely forgot about the fuss over the foreign object earlier. Okay. I mean, they still have Tomatake and Takano show up, though, so, like, I don't know. If it ends up just being them again, then that'd be weird. Okay.
It's already really dark out. Rika, can't we handle this tomorrow? If any of the adults in the village see us, they'll tell us it's unsafe for kids to be playing at this hour and force us to go home. Well, they probably won't scold me for it, though, as long as I'm together with you. We can't. I've got a really bad feeling about what might happen if we don't find it quick. I can feel energy waves from the sealed treasure.
Yeah, they literally just swapped what character says what.
It has to be around here somewhere. Rika, that's a ghost energy radar you brought with you? Sure would be helpful if that thing was a little more precise, though. Looks about as weird as you'd expect for something like that.
In fact, no matter how you look at it, it just looks like a directional magnet.
Anyway, we've been coming and going all over the village. I'm tired. We're making Shion-san worry. Isn't it about time to get some sleep? You're only able to be so carefree because you don't know the terrible power of the Magatama of Furazu.
Did they only change this part in particular so that, like, you could read this without getting spoiled on Hanyu's existence? Is that the only change? Is Hanyu not going to be in this arc at all?
If you knew how frightening it was, you'd understand why I'm in such a panic about it. They're mystical jewels that bind people in love, right? If you give one of the pair of red and white Magatama to your sweetheart, your love will be reciprocated. Isn't that wonderful? That's exactly why it's dangerous. The young people around here would probably have a big bloody war over them.
They even have her say the young people, you know, to Satoko, who she is the same age as.
One story from the ancient text says that a group of men started killing each other over a single maiden. If you feel that strongly about it, I guess. Though, it seems like that energy would be better spent on a different endeavor. But I guess you're right. They shouldn't be lying by the roadside. Oh, right! Rika, since we're going through all this effort, would it be so bad to have a little bit of fun with these things before returning them to the heavens? That would probably be okay, but we still need to find them first. We're getting closer,
I am so fucking cold. Heater! Thank you. I painted my nails before recording, so, like, my hands are so fucking stiff and cold, it's unreal.
Meep. Meep, 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 meep.
And then they find the box. Satoko turned towards something glimmering on the dark night road. It looked almost like luminous paint, and for a few moments the light shone weakly.
Is that it?
I pointed my flashlight at it and saw a small open box on its side. Though small, it had an intricate design, convincing me it would make sense if it held the Furude Shrine's treasure. But the outside didn't matter. What mattered was the inside.
Meep. It's empty. I see. The two Magatama, one red and one white, would sit in these dents.
On the inside, it was made like a jewel box, empty save for the two depressions the Magatama probably fit into.
Meep. It might be lying around nearby. Let's search a little more for it. Rika, why don't you just use your ghost radar to find it? There's no way we'd be able to find such a little jewel in the dark. Well, meep. I think my ghost energy transmitter is stuck on the box instead. If they're not in the box, I can't search for them. Meep.
According to Rika, a stronger radar would apparently be able to detect the Magatama themselves. That's something I don't understand, wouldn't it? Same with Hanyu's whole detection thing. Like, I don't fucking care about the ghost radar. Like, that's just a contrivance to not have Hanyu in here. But why would the box have a stronger signal than the Magatama? Like, okay. One that was tucked away deep in the recesses of the ritual storehouse would have been troublesome to retrieve, so they left it behind. What a waste. Oh, there was a second radar? Okay. Although a transmitter and ancient treasure-finding radar sound like weird objects, but no matter how you look at it, it seems like a directional magnet. You already said that! The two of them swung their flashlights about, but even if it had been daytime, it was hard to believe they'd be able to find anything in all the gravel and weeds. What's worse, the Magatama were probably only the size of candies. Wasn't it candles before? Or did I misread that because I'm stupid? I probably just misread it. But candies makes more sense than candles, after all. Judging by the size of the depressions in the box.
They probably flew out when the box fell out of the sky and hit the ground. And it had to be right next to the trash piles. The day it falls down this slope and into that mess, it'll be over. We'll never find it. Meep.
Just then, an idea flashed through Rika's mind. Okay, this is new? Oh, that may be the case for normal people. But no, this is not new. But what about Rena, Lord of the Trash Piles? The red and white jewels were called Magatamas, but the pictures of them in the scroll looked more like key rings with seals on them. To be frank, Rena's fingers would be just itching for these. After explaining as much to Satoko, she nodded in agreement.
Come to think of it, Rena-san said she was going to stop by the landfill, didn't she? There was a new trash pile, so I think she wanted to go treasure hunting. Could Rena have picked them up? I don't know for sure. Why don't we ask her at school tomorrow? Calling her this late would be quite rude. Meep. Rika, let's call it quits for today. If it gets any darker, it won't be safe to walk the streets. And if we read the scroll a little more closely, maybe we'll be able to find a hint, right? It can't be helped.
Good grief. This is one troublesome magic item that made its way into Hinamizawa. Wait, could there really be a treasure with an effect like that? Despite how serious Rika was about it, Satoko herself hadn't seen it with her own eyes, so she was still skeptical. It's like the narrator is its own character in this arc.
Seriously? Good grief.
Alright. So, do we get major differences yet, and not just swapping what characters say what? And also, Shion is here for some reason? I guess Shion's the Satoko stand-in, Satoko's the Rika stand-in, and Rika's the Hanyu stand-in. I swear if we end up doing Mahjong and Rika's just standing on the other side, like, okay, I'm gonna look at what their tiles are. Walks around the table. What are you doing? Get on the other side of the table, you fucking cheater. Today, our normally fun self-study time was somehow lacking in excitement. This was because Rena had been acting strange since this morning. Same deal. You haven't looked good all day. Are you feeling sick?
No, I'm not sick. There's that sigh again. Did you know that every time you sigh, a little more happiness is allowed to escape? Yeah, happiness.
It wasn't this bad when we first got to school. Was she sick after all? She'd been kind of dazed all morning, like she was running a slight fever. Do you want some cold medicine from the nurse's office? The difference in temperature between day and night has been pretty extreme lately.
No, I'm okay. Today, well, could you leave Rena alone? Could you?
Rena said only that, her tone lethargic, before leaving our circle and going back to her seat. Then she rested her chin on her hand, stared out the window, and sighed again. So it's still not someone in this room. From what this old man can see, it must be love.
Love? That's, well, what a splendid occasion indeed.
Oh, Shion is here?
Oh, Rena-san must be doing quite well for herself.
I can't do a wolf whistle. I feel like it would sound awful through my mic, so just, woo, there, that's a wolf whistle, right? Or just, I don't know, whatever. I don't know what different whistles are called. Hey, Shion, what are you even doing at this school? Even if it's self-study time, you can't just barge in without permission.
I wanted screen time. Oh, come on, don't stress about the details. Anyway, there's no doubt about it. It seems like her mind's been somewhere else all day, filled with thoughts of a certain someone. Putting your chin on your hand and sighing like that, isn't that exactly what a maiden in love would do?
You think? Looks to me like, well, that she's feeling sick because she swallowed something weird yesterday.
Something weird?
Yeah, yesterday when we went treasure hunting. Something, I don't know what, fell on her. Then it popped right into her mouth and she swallowed it whole. So what? It fell from the sky? Must have been one of Cupid's arrows of love. That edit wasn't as good as in the other one, so whatever.
Fell from the sky?
As we were focused on our Rena discussion, Rika-chan, who had secretly planted a frog toy on Satogo's seat, pricked up her cat-like ears and turned around. Those are just human ears viewed from the side, right? I must be seeing things.
Keiichi, what's wrong with Rena?
Oh well, get this. Yesterday, she said that someone had dumped a new trash pile at the dam site, and we went treasure hunting there. The usual stupid stuff happened, and right when she looked at the sky with her mouth open wide, something fell, dropped right into her mouth, and she accidentally swallowed it whole. We didn't do the palate swap last time, did we?
Something fell out of the sky into her mouth, and she swallowed it? Did you hear that, Rika? And hey, what are you trying to do to my seat? Meep, I'll worry about that later. Meep, this is really bad.
Upon hearing that panicked shout, I turned around. As Rena breathed another sigh, her expression absent-minded, I could see Rika-chan slowly approaching her. For some reason, she had a fancy-looking directional magnet in hand, and then after gazing at her for a while, I could see a rare look of shock in her eyes. Then, she and Satogo darted off to the corner of the classroom. What is going on?
Meep? Eh? What are you yelling for? Wait, you mean... I got a sign of Magatama is inside Rena. The Magatama's power is inside her. Oh my, that makes things easy. Wanna try a drive-by gut punch? Actually, her counterattack would kill me. What about giving her a laxative? Rika, please do it! It isn't that simple, Meep. According to ancient texts I read yesterday, if a Magatama is swallowed, it dissolves into the body. This is something they knew, despite the fact that the Magatamas are
already physical objects, and it wouldn't be possible to make them physical again. I guess it was the point. Like, I don't know. Maybe Hanyu told them that. I don't get it. Rena ate it, so its form lost all meaning, and now its power resides in Rena. Which means what? You can take a dose of Magatama and absorb it through digestion? What should we do? Rika, your ancestors were the ones who created this item. Can't you do something? Me, of course I can do something. If we get the red and white Magatama together, then bring her to Oyashiro-sama's sanctuary, the Furude Shrine Grounds, I can chant a curse-removing charm and undo it. Then it's simple. Let's bring Rena-san to the shrine on the way home, and that'll be that. But Rena only swallowed the red Magatama. Without the white one, I can't undo the curse. Rena will fall in love with whoever picks up the white Magatama. And if the red Magatama's effects are appearing in Rena now, that means someone already dead. That person is now the only thing on Rena's mind. Me, if Rena goes out of control and reaches a happy end, it'll ruin her whole life. Me. Yeah, it feels out of character for Rika to be having these panicked thoughts that Hanyu would, but whatever, I'm not at all surprised that the clearly not written by Ryukishi arc is a little, fucky. Rika! Your ancestors were the ones who sealed this magical item away, so you need to take responsibility! Why the heck is such a dangerous item a treasure in the Furude Shrine? If you just use them properly, they have a wonderful effect. They can bond people in love. They just have to be used properly, Meep. But they caused a huge disaster a long time ago, didn't they? I understand now. I know exactly why your ancestors sealed them away. Because of the story I told you where a bunch of people were killing each other? No! Oyashiro-sama is such an inconvenient nuisance of a god. Me, having said that, it would have been nice if the ancient villagers donated a little more to the shrine. If they had received adequate donations, yeah, they're just changing what she's saying from Hanyu's fucking cream puff thing. If they had received adequate donations, they could have spent money on the materials and craftsmen necessary to build a better incense burner and seal it away. Dependence on tax money has always been an excuse of incompetent politicians. I'm 11, by the way, I know this somehow. You're telling me you need to pay more in taxes to get a proper social security system? If that's the case, I'd rather you stop spending hundreds of millions on roads that are only ever used by a handful of cars a day. True. Rural areas fucking suck to live in. Jesus. Plus, they say when there's a budget surplus, allocations will be reduced the next year. But all I ever see is excess construction work at the end of the year to balance the books. Doesn't the road in front of the Okinomiya toy shop get repaved every single year? And yet medical costs are being further increased for the general public. No matter how you think about it, it's just too weird. Never mind, I take everything I said about the console writers back. They radicalized Satoko. This is awesome. I know there's no point in talking about things like these with you, Rika, but it's such an unsatisfying solution. We don't have voting rights, so nothing we say here matters. If I have any complaints, I'll be sure to go vote once I turn 20. Rika's a liberal. I'll just vote because my voice doesn't matter until... Also 20? Well, I guess, yeah, Japan. You don't become an adult till you're 20 in Japan, right? That's the rule of democracy. Even if you conduct election campaigning, it won't make a difference here, you know? Rika, now that the situation has come to pass, you need to bear the responsibility of your ancestors and be suitably punished. Perhaps you need to endure a full course in Shion-san's handmade tickle torture machine, just like I suffered before. Me, Satoko, you're a demon. A demon, a devil, a monster. This is so out of character for her. That's not a tool fit for human hands, right? You have my pity, but prepare yourself.
I hope you suffer just as much as I did when Shion-san made me taste the great pain of keeling over in laughter. Wait, yeah? Meep.
Suddenly, Rika and Satoko both got picked up by the back of their shirts. What are they, kittens? Meow. This is the same thing. It was Mia and Shion, not Mion and Shion, me and Shion, who scooped them up.
I don't get what you two are floundering around for, but you both know something, don't you? Something about what happened to Rena. Rika! Me.
Let's squeeze Satoko later. We need someone who speaks Meeplish to translate. Which is it, yes or no? She's faking innocence, which means she's guilty. What did you two do to Rena?
Guess there's no point in pretending anymore.
Either way, they couldn't leave Rena like this. The two of them confessed and asked for help. Sacred Furude Shrine Treasures, the Magatama of Furazu?
That's right. Very amazingly annoying treasures that bind people in love, whose name is said to mean not knowing Discord.
They use Skype?
I'm getting deja vu.
From the scroll's pictures, they just look like key rings with seals on them, don't they?
I agree. Even if it hadn't fallen into her mouth, knowing Rena, she would have taken them home. But these jewels do have kind of an adorable shape to them.
Fur seals are known for their vigorous reproductive habits, so I think I've seen them used on TV to symbolize passionate love. I see. That proves that fur seals were in Japan for hundreds of or thousands of years and even introduced to the Furude Shrine? I see. These might be some real out-of-place artifacts. But there's one thing that doesn't make any sense. Why would treasures like these fall out of the sky and into Rena's mouth?
Nipa.
Still, I'm a little surprised treasures that belong to Oyashiro-sama would bind people in love. I always thought of him as someone who tormented and cursed people. People have been talking a lot about Oyashiro-sama's curse and stuff in recent years, which gave him a reputation for wickedness, but originally he was a god of marriage. Of course, mainly, he'd curse you if you didn't get along.
Oh, indeed. I feel like the Furude Shrine used to sell marriage charms. Wish I had bought one too.
So, this isn't just a story they tell about the Magatama. They actually work miracles?
That's right. At this moment, the power of the Magatama of Furazu has taken root in Rena.
They were a red and white pair, right? And whoever holds the red one falls in love with whoever holds the white one? Sounds way more one-sided than a mutual love.
Yeah, Rena swallowed the red one, so no matter who picks up the white one, she'll fall for them. Me.
Okay, so Shion being present here makes it feel like, yeah, it's gonna follow the same fucking treads. Why did they say this was a different arc? What's different? You just have Shion instead of Satoko, Satoko instead of Rika, and Rika instead of Hanyu. Like, Jesus.
This is turning out to be a rather fantastic story. And to return Renaissance to normal, we need to find the White Magatama.
Did they even change, like, the honorifics? I feel like Shion doesn't call her Rena-san, right? She calls her Rena-chan, doesn't she? Am I misremembering? Like, they're literally just copy-pasting Satoko's lines onto Shion here. Like, Jesus. Whatever. Plus, given how she's acting, someone already found the white one, right? If we leave this be, Rena's just going to fall deeper and deeper in love with them. Regardless of how she really feels. Sounds romantic, but we have no clue what sewer the other person crawled out of. We can't have that. Okay, that's a different line. All anyone has to do is pick it up to steal her heart, right?
That's right. They could be a child or an old person, a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. To say nothing of a family member picking it up, that'd be a disaster in a number of ways, Nipa. That sounds amusing. That sounds terrible. Seems like the situation calls for immediate action. It's a race against time.
And it still works if you eat it, so if a dog happened to walk by and gobble it up... Dog! These things even work on animals? Dogs are cute and all, but this old man will have to pass on being a couple with a dog. This arc is actually being more overt. Now I'm scared for what they're actually gonna do. In fact, I'd have some questions for anyone who said they'd be okay with it. Why is that? Would that not keep damage to a minimum if Rena-san can play with a dog? They kept this line for Satoko. Satoko, I think you'll understand what they mean after you fall in love. Pat, pat. Anyway, we know these Magatama magically deceive people's hearts. We've got to do something before it's too late. Yeah, free will is important in love. You can't force it with some magic spell or another. Even though that does seem a little romantic. Anyway, let's do this. Do something before this turns into an irreversible situation. If we don't, it'll become a real disaster. The problem is, who picked up the white seal? Hinamizawa may be a rural village, but if we don't know who found it, there's nothing we can do. Huh? That's the easiest part. The magic is making Rena fall in love with the person with the white Magatama, right? That person is all she's thinking about right now. In other words, we just have to ask Rena herself. Rena! This old man wants to know. Just who is it that stole your heart, Rena? Cool. I'd seen Rena go into a frenzy more than a few times before, but this had to have been the longest one yet. And here's the difference, complete tonal shift. Mion is dead. So not only do we have to deal with Rena having the Magatama in her stomach and being in love with whoever has the white Magatama, but she's also got Hinamizawa syndrome, so she's killing people, you know? That's how it works, right?
I can't say it.
Well, I figured as much. Man, she got a lot stronger. There's a lot more hits in her combo, too. I'm sure she'll be nerfed in the next patch. Nipa. Doubt. Sis, are you okay? Really, asking a girl who she likes so directly? You have no delicacy at all, like always. That's not... That doesn't mean... Does that mean you aren't delicate? Whatever. I'm sorry. This old man isn't a little girl, so he didn't understand. This is getting really annoying. Do something different! Anyway, this is Rena-san of all people, right? Didn't we know she could convert the love in her heart into raw attack power? This is just getting worse. Okay, power scaling implications. So, if her... It's implied the longer she has the Magatama, the stronger the love becomes, right? So she's getting stronger over time. I think she can face tank a nuke then, right? Rika, this was originally caused by poor management at the Furude Shrine, so you need to think up a counter strategy for us. Me, I'll try thinking about it a little more seriously if you call off the tickle torture punishment. Oh, is that how it's going to be? Then how about we give you a trial run, and that dread will get you a little more motivated. Shion-san, could I have a word with you? I'll think about it. Me, I've got it. That was rather slipshod, so what did you come up with? Rika-chan pointed to Rena's seat. She was reading a book now, probably because she was tired from all the sitting around and staring out the window with her hand on her cheek. Sometimes she left the horseplay aside and read a book. It wasn't an unusual sight by any means. But she still seems different. She brought some books that aren't quite the same as her usual ones. What's the matter, Satoko? I'm carefully watching Rena-san. She might give us a hint. I wonder what she's reading. Can't really tell from here. Having learned her lesson from Rena's attacks earlier, Mion was being careful to keep more distance than she had to. What is it? Oh, I think it's a how-to book. Still a how-to book. Wonder what she's learning about. If it's still cameras, I swear. Ah, they're photographs. God damn it! But do something different, please! What the fuck? Seems like it's a photography magazine. And she's got a camera catalog, too. There's only one person in Hinamizawa who matches those keywords. We all know there's only one person in town who has a camera in the 1980s. Yup, no doubt about it. She even has the weekly spectacular photo issue, Nurse Low Angle Special Edition. There's only one person it could possibly be. The last item was kind of problematic. Oh my god, they Twitterified the arc. Oh no. It's something I would say in 2016. But anyway. Given all this evidence, it had to be him. Jeez, he's always just wandering around, so I can't accept him becoming Rena's forced, one-sided love interest.
I wonder if he'd teach me how to use a camera if I asked him, if I did. I wonder if he'd go into great detail if he would. I wonder if he'd treat me nice if I dressed up as a nurse. If I dressed up. And then,
Rena calmly got out of her seat. You should put quotes there. Hearts and flower petals filled her eyes, and doubtless you would see an even more amazing image if you peered into them.
Hey, Mi-chan, Rena suddenly feels really sick, so she's going home early.
How brash. Rena burst out of the classroom without waiting for school to end. Oh, Rena! Oh, Shion, perfect timing. Don't let Rena leave. Stop her!
I can't do that, since we saw what she did to you just now.
It does seem impossible even for all the club members at once to defeat her.
We still can't let this happen. Satoko!
Mion snapped her fingers, and a single string dropped down from the ceiling, ending up in Satoko's hands.
Oh, aye, sir! Take this!
Satoko yanked it, and that was when the jump rope trap sprung into action near Rena's feet as she ran for the school entrance.
First, we'll make her trip, and then we'll all pile on her.
But before Satoko could finish, the jump rope tore with a loud ripping noise. What superhuman strength to tear apart a nylon jump rope like that? A mere jump rope was unable to stop Rena, and now she was already changing into her outdoor shoes at the shoe cubbies.
Hey! No running in the halls! Sensei, I'm sorry, I'm going home early today. I'll invite you to the wedding reception.
What? Hey, stop! Oh, how did I let a student get ahead of me? Wait, that's what you're upset about? We're keeping the same jokes too. Do something different. I'm poking this arc with a stick. You said you're a different arc. We're like, we're almost halfway through. Do something! We're leaving early too. We have to find Tomatake-san before Rena doesn't get her hands on the white Magatama. That's our only option. Let's search for places Tomatake-san might be.
Rika! Look for Tomatake-san using your bogus ghost energy radar.
Why would that show up on it? What? Oh, because he has some Magatama, whatever.
I really don't like the sound of that name, but he should be that way, toward the Furude Shrine. Yesterday, Tomatake said he was coming over to take photos, so I bet he's in the shrine grounds. And I'm sure Takano is with him.
How wonderful.
Seriously, hooray for cliches. Couples are always together at times like these, aren't they? Mion-san! Rika says Tomatake-san should be at the shrine!
You think so, Rika-chan? I was just thinking that.
But it looks like Rena-san is thinking the same thing. She's running toward the... Whoa, so fast?
What monstrous speed! She'll be out of sight in a flash at this rate! All we can do is chase after her. We have to do something before Rena starts hitting on Tomatake-san.
When Takano gets jealous, the love triangle would be very awkward, Nipa. Well, I don't really care if the two of them break up, but...
She might vent her anger by giving you more shots during checkups at the clinic.
This is serious!
Meanwhile, Rena had already vanished out of sight, but we couldn't stop here. Our only choice, like Mion said, was to chase her down as fast as we could and keep casualties to a minimum. Alright. Maybe next episode they'll do something different. Ah! Ah! And it's even at the shrine, too. Okay. So we're gonna end the episode here. I hope this arc does something different next episode, because right now it just feels like it's wasting my time. Because the PC version at least feels a little better written, since it's not having lines that are meant for different characters readapted onto other characters. So I did like the political outburst. That was funny. Anyways, that's going to be it for this episode, guys. If you liked it, then be sure to press the like button. And if you didn't like it, then fuck you too. Remember to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all my videos and stuff. And as always, my name is Godzi, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye! Yeah!